Friday. How are ya? Rise and shine, rise and shine. We are here for Coffee Talk. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, and let's chat. We get together 7 days a week in the morning to chat about what's going on in the world of weather, and I'm happy to report the weather forecast is looking great. I'm at work, which means that Coffee Talk is also going to be a little mobile. We'll be moving around a little bit, but that's okay. As long as you're good with it, I'm good with it. All right? All right, let's look outside, see what's doing here. Tower cam shot in downtown Orlando. I just showed this a moment ago on TV. It's looking nice. We've been watching fog trying to develop here in Ocala. The good news, at least for right this second, is that it's not the case. It's actually looking quite fine. Orlando International Airport looking good. Let's head over and see what's doing in the tourist district. Yep, I see Skyliners. I see Riviera, Swan and Dolphin. Not looking too bad. Let's head over to the shoreline, see what's doing. New Smyrna Beach, Ponce Inlet looking beautiful. Daytona Beach, the tower, you know what's interesting is the tower cam is working, but my router source is not. So we'll have to fix that. All right, let's head down to Brevard County, see what's doing. Oh, come on, like... seriously, come on. How beautiful is that? Port Canaveral off there in the distance. It's just lovely outside. And last but not least, let's head to Melbourne. A shot from the airport camera showing a little bit of haze. So not too bad at all. First warning, live Doppler radar. Has been watching a little bit of rainfall. Let me take you into northern Volusia County. And right there, right on the county border, Mound Grove, my friends, it's raining. You know this, though. Let me widen the perspective out and just kind of animate this for you. You kind of see it's all moving out. It'll be done and over with here in short order. Temperature-wise, 60s and 70s. Very, very nice. And we are headed today into the upper range of the 80s. So how does this play out? We're going to start off with mostly cloudy skies. Did have some overnight rains, early morning rains, so may have some slick roadways around. Then we'll build up some clouds, we'll build up some showers, we'll build up some thunder showers, and yeah, we'll have some thunderstorms to track today. All right, so that's what we're at. We'll look at Futurecast, we'll get all that done in just a couple of minutes, but let's pause. And let me just say good morning to you. Thank you for joining me. Frank, how are you? Connie, Christina, good morning, good morning. It's been a wet night, my peeps, Frank says. Yeah, you know what's kind of interesting? There's always people that are going to complain and say, you blew the forecast, blah. The weather did literally exactly what the models said it would yesterday. I'm so impressed with our Futurecast model after yesterday. So it's exactly what we had anticipated. Some areas saw a bunch of rainfall. Some areas saw none at all. Like feast or famine kind of situation. Here's some of the better rainfall numbers from yesterday, okay? It was like Volusia, Flagler, and Brevard counties. Exactly what Futurecast had said. Titusville, 3.5 inches of rain for you. Palm Coast, over 3 inches of rain for you. Marineland, 2 inches. Melbourne Beach, just shy of 2 inches. Meanwhile, places like Orlando and the Metro, not much. Yeah, so feast or famine, exactly what the computer models said would play out. Unbelievable. David says, Eric, you got to be tired after you came into work on your day off. Yeah, I'm definitely tired. I'm definitely grumpy. But as my colleagues on the morning show have pointed out, that's basically me any given day. So it is what it is. We'll hang out. We're going to do our thing. We'll be together. I'm fine with it. I'm grateful for the job, and I'm grateful to do the job that I love.
They say he pulled a gun on that and fired.
I heard flooding somewhere in Florida, Rosebud. I mean, Fort Lauderdale got 2 feet of rain in a 7-hour period, which, by the way, I did just see an update from the airport there. 9 a.m. So within an hour or so, we're hearing that the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport is scheduled to reopen. All right? Airline operations at FLL are set to begin at 9 a.m. That's from the airport there. So that's interesting. I mean, that's good. That's good. Get that air traffic going again. By the way, I've got the high temperatures for the day today up on the side of the screen, just so that you know. Oh, thank you, Kelly. And thank you. Thank you. Frank says, I don't think we got any. Yeah, on the West Coast, you didn't. It was kind of an interesting little weather scenario that happened, but everything wanted to hang out on the East Coast. And it's interesting because Futurecast really nailed it And if I'm honest, I was a little hesitant as to believe it because it was so pinned on the East Coast. But Futurecast nailed it. So there we are. All right, let's look at the Futurecast model data for today. All right, starting off right now, pretty nice and quiet, right? 10 o'clock, still nice and quiet. So our morning plans, absolutely no concerns weather-wise. Watch though, by 11, 12 o'clock, we're starting to bubble up some showers out over the I-75 corridor, Marion, Sumter, Lake County. Starting some rain. That's going to be the west coast sea breeze getting going, okay? Then into the 1, 2 o'clock time frame, we're starting to move the rains into the metro area, right? By 2:30, 3 o'clock, showers, even thunder showers back over to our beaches. And then by, look at this, 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6:30, we're looking better and better and better. So very happy to say that as far as the forecast trending, yeah, we're going to kind of get everything taken care of a little earlier during the day, which means that by dinner time and beyond, we're going to be fine. We're going to be, you have outdoor plans? You're good. You're good. And you gotta love that forecast. So, yeah, gotta love that. Bo says, I sent you dash cam video from Benel yesterday. How? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Yeah, it rained for 5 minutes in Ocala yesterday. Feast or famine, that's just kind of the way that it is. Debbie says you look happy, Eric. Thank you. It's partially faking my being awake. Partially. I'm just fighting the good fight. Listen, we all have to work long stretches sometimes. Today's day 7 for me. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. So that's okay. Michael, I've got a question. What does the chief meteorologist do that is different from what you do? He annoys me, but I annoy him. You know what it is, Michael? The chief meteorologist, think of Tony as like, he's the head guy. So it depends. Some stations, the chief will do scheduling. At our station, Tony's moreover responsible for just making sure that the content is what it should be. So in other words, you know, like if we're declaring an impact day or an alert day, he's going to always kind of steer that ship. He's helped come up with our kind of policies. So he's the head guy, you know. He's also the head putz. Like the guy's a knucklehead, and you gotta love him for it. But yeah, so it's we all do the same job. It's just a matter of, you know, Tony's the guy. Like if there's a question, if the bosses have a question about steering the ship, for lack of a better term, they're gonna go to Tony. It's Tony, you know. Yeah. Joe says, we're grateful for you, Eric. How many television people can say that they take their time to inform us? Yeah, I don't know. I'm grateful to do it. I can't speak to anyone else, but I am grateful to do it. I need someone to make a GIF of you saying nailed it. Nailed it. Oh my God. Every little bit of rain matters. It's true. Look at the deficit numbers because, you know, I had a couple of people message me saying, oh man, we got so much rain. We're doing great. And it's like, even with the rain that we saw, like Melbourne, 4.5 inches behind. Daytona Beach, 4.5 inches of rain behind. Notice though, the beach is not quite as dry as the shoreline. Why? Well, it's pretty simple as to why. Because you've seen more rain, but you're still in a pretty significant deficit. Orlando, Leesburg, our inland spots, bigger deficit, right? And so because of that, we need the rain worse, and the pattern has not favored that. So we continue to dry more and more and more. Nancy's sharing weather data from your weather station. Nancy, you got 0.87 inches of rain yesterday? That's awesome. How much rain do we get at my station? Hold on, I'll check. I don't think anything. Let me look, stand by. What is today? Today's the 14th, so the 13th. Oh, we did. We got 0.31 inches of rain in my house yesterday. I'll take that. Okay. Color me surprised. I mean, I guess I was at work, so I wasn't really paying much attention. Annie says I fake the smile sometimes too. Listen, I've always told y'all I will be 100% honest with you. I'm faking being awake. I'm not faking my joy for the job, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that reads right. Right? I hope that reads right. I hope that sounds okay. That's the truth though. Like, I'm tired. We're all tired. I was at work until like 7 o'clock last night, and I was back here at 3. But it's Friday, even though I'm working this weekend. Kelly says Tony's also responsible for informing all of us about New York sports. That's a good point. That's Tony's responsibility. Yeah, that's definitely his responsibility. So how's everybody else doing? Oh, Rosebud, thank you, my love. So nice. So nice. So kind. More. I know we need the rain. Ari Riggs is asking, burn ban still on? Oh yeah. No changes to the burn bans. Here's a look at the burn bans across Central Florida. Almost everybody in it. Now let's look at the Keach Byram Drought Index. Because the burn bans are so Keach Byram Drought Index. The burn bans are so directly tied to this. And now Volusia probably could drop from the burn bans because they've dropped below that 500. When you see the color of yellow on the Keach Byram Drought Index, that's about when burn bans need to get issued. So Volusia County is not under that level anymore because of all the rains that we've had. But actually, Volusia is not even under the burn ban. This is how tired I am. But all of the areas that are highlighted as being under burn bans still are matching that. And when we look to the actual drought index, this is kind of the categorical overview of things. We're under a severe drought in Central Florida. So yeah, there's that. Victoria says, I brag to my father-in-law, who isn't on Facebook, about you. We walk a couple of times a week, and I fill him in on all you educate us about regarding the weather and rockets and launches. So just remember, you are amazing, and what you do matters. We appreciate you. Thank you, Victoria. You tell your father-in-law if he's on Twitter, he can find me there. If he even just wants to check the Twitter page at 8 a.m., he could check us there. And we're on YouTube as well. Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We go to 5 different pages. Did you know that? Wesh Facebook, my Twitter. Is it to the Wesh Twitter as well? Hold on, I'll check. It's my Facebook. It's Wesh Facebook, my Facebook, Wesh Twitter, my Twitter, and my YouTube. So there you go. We're going to 5 different destinations. Nancy says, I love the Tempest too, but not as much as Ron. I know the weather nerd stuff. I love it. All right, give me a couple seconds to get set up here for this TV hit coming up, and I'll take you with me to the green screen, by the way. I just want to make sure we're all set. Okay. We're in the 8 o'clock show. Let me pull up the rundown here. All right. Alan says, did not get any rain yesterday. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. We got so much rain in Malabar, Palm Bay area, we had to let out excess water in the pool. And that's what's so funny because, like, I have to keep adding water to my pool, and it really is a feast or a famine kind of situation. Let's see, rainfall. Here's the rainfall the last 24 hours. That doesn't look right. Hold on, let me pull it up a different way. Do that. Give it a second to buffer the data. Observed precip. Give me 2 seconds. I think that's 3 hours. Let me turn that. Okay, there it is. So that's kind of an interesting look at things, isn't it? It shows you where it rained and where it didn't, And obviously the light blue shades, that's the least amount of rainfall. Whereas the greens and the oranges, that's higher amounts of rain. So it really does depend on where you live. But at the end of the day, there was some areas that got a bunch of rain and some areas that did not get a bunch of rain, Man, oh man, oh man. All right, while I'm walking, let me just share with you the 7-day forecast. Hit the play button here. And you can see a lot of rain in the forecast again today. We're at about a 60% coverage of storms. Looking ahead to the forecast for tomorrow, a bit drier. And then we'll be back into some stormy weather on Sunday. And the Sunday storms may actually be a little stronger. Let me do this TV hit, and then we can continue, all right? That's hail from yesterday's storms, by the way.
Hail falling mid-range. That storm rolls through the neighborhood today. And it wasn't just hail. It's a little bit of video and photos if you were out and out. That does. It's a damage to some crops. We've been dealing with some very dry conditions. We've been talking all about that drought over the last week. We did see that some rain yesterday, Eric.
Yeah.
How much of a difference has this made?
It just depends on where you live, right? Like I got 3/10 of an inch of rain in my house, and with a deficit running like 5-6 inches, that's just a drop in the bucket. Meanwhile, places like Titusville got 3.5 inches of rain yesterday. So looking at the winters, it was all along the shoreline. The inland spots yesterday just didn't get much, and it's the inland spots that are particularly dry. Maybe we'll get some more today. We'll have to watch and see how it plays out. New Smyrna Beach, our tower cam looking across toward the Ponce Inlet, and it is beautiful. We've actually been watching some dolphins in the water. See that right there? Dolphins kind of cruising around. Very, very cool stuff. Temperature-wise, sitting at 70 degrees right now. Winds have gone calm, and in some places that calm wind has allowed for a little bit of fog to develop. This is actually not rain at all. This is more just kind of bugs and birds and things. That's rain off the shoreline of Volusia and Flagler counties. But there is some more rain in the forecast. So let's take a look here. 12-hour forecast showing this morning relatively quiet. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, we do start to see those rain chances pop on up. 40, 50, 60% coverage of showers and storms today as temperatures work into the 80s. We'll peak out at 87 degrees, but it's at that point in time, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, that I think most of the storms will be pushing off of our east coast. So it's not quite summer, but we're starting with the sea breeze activity today. 87 in Orlando, 86 degrees in Wildwood and Daytona Beach. Here's Futurecast, 11 o'clock, a spotty shower or so, but by 1 o'clock, there you go. Out west, getting things fired up over Sumter Lake County and continuing back up toward like Flagler, West Volusia County. 3 o'clock, stormy weather metro off to the east. And then watch that by 5 p.m. Your dinner date tonight is looking just fine. No big concerns. The rains will already be off the shoreline. So there's the rain moving away from us today. Tomorrow, by the way, mostly dry, a sprinkle or two. But while we're watching that, we're also watching moisture kind of coagulating ahead of the next cold front. And while tomorrow is dry, that front pushes our direction on Sunday and brings us showers and storms. Take a look. This is the European computer forecast model. Waking up to 60s and 70s, mostly cloudy skies, but lunchtime into the afternoon, upper 80s, widely scattered showers and thunder showers, clearing out through the day. Could get some soakers, but look at where. Again, along the eastern seaboard. And the atmosphere is just charged enough that yet again Sunday, we're calling it a first warning impact day, could see some strong to severe storms in our eastern communities, whereas our western folks completely miss out. For today, 60% coverage of rain, dry tomorrow, some nastier storms Sunday, and then looking pretty nice for our Monday, Tuesday, and our Wednesday, Sonica.
Unfortunately, things are not looking so nice on I-4.
All right, there's that. Let me get the Today Show cut in. So after this, we've got the Today Show cut in, and then we've got another hit on CW. So I apologize, but when we're doing both newscasts, like this, it just kind of gets a little goofy. So I appreciate your patience very, very much. I appreciate your patience. All right, comments, questions that maybe you all have been mentioning. We need more rain. We do. Patty says we've gotten just shy of 6 inches this week, really, in Palm Coast. That's interesting. You know, I'll have to look in the database here. That may be something interesting for West 2 News at noon today. See, this, Patty, is why I absolutely love Coffee Talk. So from Saturday, midnight, temperature, let me hit precipitation here, historical. I'm going to go from Saturday morning to now.
This morning, new standards could be implemented in the baking industry after June.
So, Patty, you say that you see that's so interesting. So I see, now I don't have your weather station in Palm Coast, but Patty, I see in Palm Coast, on the south side of Palm Coast, Buddy Taylor Middle, so you know where that is. Buddy Taylor Middle, from Saturday to today, has gotten 5.14 inches of rain. That's kind of interesting. And out in Bunnell, they've gotten 8 inches of rain. That's pretty interesting, right? Patty, you have given me a storyline to talk about. That's what's so great. That's what's so great. I love Coffee Talk. If for nothing else, it gives us the ability to talk about different pieces of the puzzle. And for that, I cannot thank you enough. Also, seriously, love watching the Dolphins. All right, let's see. What other tower cam can I pop up for the Today Show cut-in? Okay, that's a cool one. All right, back to you all. Love it. Thank you very much. Taylor says, I was super disappointed in Daytona. What were you disappointed? Not getting the rain? Jeannie's asking about hail. Definitely got some hail yesterday. We could see some storms today, but as far as getting them feistier, we'll have to watch. A reminder, though, in Florida, we can get stronger storms every single day. So, yeah. Denise says, cool behind-the-scene look. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Listen, with my laptop, that's what it is. I will tell you this, though. So I forgot to mention this. Yesterday, I went and listened to Coffee Talk, and I heard the microphone issue y'all were talking about. I have no idea what was causing that. Seriously, I felt really bad for pow-powing. So I'm going to reach out to Apple because I think I got Apple Care on this computer. If I didn't, crud. But yeah, I heard it and I don't know what it is. So I apologize for that. My brother says, so his sleeves are all up and there's no life-threatening storm. What's up with that? It's called casual, son. It's called my day 7 on work. Oh, man. That was really cool to watch. Well, thank you. Listen, I'm going to go do it again here in a couple seconds, as a matter of fact. Eduardo says, go Rays. Yeah. Ugh. Let's go say hi to Sonica while we're in a bit of a break here. Sonica, you want to say hi to Coffee Talk? I was complaining, and I know that when I complain, the first name that comes to mind is the chief complaining officer of West 2 News.
Who's that?
Sonica Donge.
Is it? Is that true?
I mean, if it comes with a pay raise, then I think that it should be me. But if it doesn't, it'll be you.
No, I think it's an unpaid position. But good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Wish the weather was a little bit better. Although I say that.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And I also know things could look a lot worse.
I mean, it like Fort Lauderdale is still shut down because of the 20-something inches of rain. So somebody just pointed out in Flagler County, they've seen 6 inches of rain this week. So I just went and looked at the data. There's spots in our area that have gotten 8 inches of rain this week. So that's going to be a storyline for West 2 News at noon. Are you with me at noon?
I am not with you at noon. But I've been here for 5.5 hours. Hopefully, I know you have too. Hopefully that's good enough. We got to spend some quality time together talking about the rain and the clouds.
One of these days we'll have to, when we're not like in the middle of a commercial break, we'll have to talk about how management literally separated us because we were such bad influence on each other.
It's because we have so much fun together. We have too much fun together.
Okay, we've got 54 seconds. What happened? Explain that.
Oh, something about Eric just makes me laugh all the time.
We are
All
so
the
bad for each other.
time.
So we were
And we
paired.
egg each other on.
Yeah, we were paired together as an anchor team for like 3 months. They were so insistent on us being together. And then as quickly as they were hot and heavy for you and me as a team,
30 seconds.
they were like, this is not going to happen.
I disappeared like
They
that.
tore us down.
Yes.
It's like a high school romance. The management was hot and heavy on us, and then they dropped us like a bad habit.
But those 3 months, Eric, I cherish them.
We didn't win
They
any
were
awards.
So fun.
We didn't win any
But it
awards.
was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun. All right, you need to anchor a Today Show cut-in. I suppose I need to do the weather. By the way, the management that made that decision is no longer here, so don't fire me if your current manager watching, please. I need to feed the kids. All right, let me get set up to do another hit. Ernesto's laughing.
Good morning, Sonica Donge is 8. So Governor Ron DeSantis signed a partnership protection application. The advance abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Before funding,
Natalie, the producer, is also laughing at that story.
or incest. It won't go into effect right away. The state Supreme Court needs to make a ruling first. I get you over to the Devon times this morning because we've been watching some heavy delays on the eastbound side of I-4 between Johnny Parkway and Colonial, and things are looking tremendously better in the last 10 minutes. It's still going to take you 25 minutes to drive that route, but all of this is because of the crash on the I-4 four-way interchange that looks like has now been cleared, because this is our traffic cameras are showing. Eric, how is our Friday shaping up?
I mean, that traffic camera was showing beautiful sunshine and flowing traffic, so that's good stuff. Looking to the tourist district, same kind of idea. There's Spaceship Earth off in the distance. It's lovely. Temperature-wise, 60s and 70s around, and we're watching some showers off the shoreline, but the radar is nice and quiet elsewhere. There was the last of the rain moving on now. So for today, it's mid to upper 80s across town. Take a look at Futurecast, 10 o'clock, partly cloudy skies, starting to see some rains bubbling up around lunchtime and then turning into a more widespread shower and thunderstorm setup through the afternoon. Today, 60% coverage of rain.
Okay. Taylor says, don't fire me, classic last words. It's different management. So if the managers do want to fire, please don't. It was different management, although it was so fun. Well, because Taylor commented, don't fire me, classic last words. Truth. I mean, totally different era of Wesh 2 News. Thank God, by the way. Thank God, by the way, for that.
But Eric, I always cherish that time, and I always wonder if current management will make
And put us back together.
it wonderful.
It's so, okay, so I feel I need to add more, okay? So let me just put this TV show, this TV hit together. And then I'm going to come over and bother you, Sonica.
I feel like, I guess if you know us from behind the scenes, it's easier to understand, but I remember.
Hold on, I gotta bring, okay, say what you just said again.
You're going to catch me watching your coffee talk.
That's
on this
okay,
laptop.
that's okay.
I feel like if you know us behind the scenes, then you understand our relationship.
Yes.
But on air, we give each other such a hard time
Yes.
that we've gotten comments before on Twitter of people telling us to calm down because we're so biting at each other. But it's
Oh,
all in good fun.
It's all in good fun. Well, Stu did that the other day, caught me totally off guard. There's a cable in the weather center, and I straight up tripped over it and came within inches of falling.
Oh, no.
And so when he did his weather toss, like 6 p.m., you're supposed to be professional.
Yes.
At least in the mornings, we can kind of throw rocks at each other. But he was like, we're falling all over our forecast. And it was like, but that is such a subtle jab compared to what you and I do on a daily basis.
Yeah, we're pretty aggressive sometimes. This morning, we've taken it a little bit easy, though.
We're
I don't know
tired.
what's going on. That must
We're,
be it.
it's 100% we're tired because now that the coffee is flowing through my veins,
Oh, are you in it now?
I'm in.
Okay. Oh, I guess I'm in too.
I mean, look at what we're doing right now.
What are we doing?
We're explaining to anybody why we're the way that we are and why we don't work together on the daily. Oh my
But
God.
it's because we have too much fun.
That is
Eric,
the
it's
case.
always a joy.
You
And
too.
that's the last nice thing I will say to
Listen-
someone.
listen.
Because talking good things about Eric goes against everything that we stand for, and it's a little odd, right? When
Yeah.
I start complimenting you too much.
There was a new newscast where Matt, who was running the floor at the time,
I remember
Matt
that.
and I made an agreement that we were going to be overwhelmingly kind to Sonica.
It wasn't even overwhelming. It was just polite. It was very.
To
it
say-
was like the standard of niceness.
To say that she had a terrible newscast because she was so thrown off, I think is valid.
Oh, I was totally thrown off. Yeah.
She did terribly that day.
Stand by.
I mean, you know,
5, 4.
Sonica's par is already pretty low. All right, let me do this TV hit. She's gonna hit me.
Speaking of hits.
Ah,
Right now, they are.
all right, let me get this set up.
Focus for the Plainville community to improve on safety for mental issues.
Well, Stress,
After this hit, then we can talk.
The bill, Governor DeSantis signed it into law banning abortions after 6 weeks. The other steps that have to happen before this goes into effect.
And labor National Guardsmen arrested the classified documents that led them behind bars after they leaked on the internet. It is 8:31 on your Friday morning. We are counting down to the weekend. Hey, thanks for joining us. It's not Monday.
I'm Sheldon Dutais. And good morning to all of our friends on Air's Facebook Live right now. Yes, no, I watched the middle of that. I was like, glad I didn't say anything because I didn't realize you guys were on Facebook Live.
I think the coffee shop, Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, coffee shop, it's sort of like an open-ended and then
Oh.
everything goes.
Good, listen, it's BTS.
Anything goes. Sheldon's just upset that we didn't rope him in that moment.
Listen,
I'm coming for you next time, buddy. Just you wait. Coffee talk, it's a disaster of beauty. Let's talk about the weather, though, because we do need to, while sipping coffee, make plans. This is a look over toward the Ponce Inlet. The lighthouse is looking beautiful. It's a mix of clouds and sunshine out. Now, while we are quiet this morning, notice through the middle part of the day, we'll develop showers and thunder showers. 50, 60% coverage of rainfall as temperatures climb into the upper range of the 80s. The atmosphere not quite as charged as it was yesterday, so we're thankfully not anticipating big, powerful storms, but we could get a few thunderstorms around. And first warning, live Doppler radar, bugs and birds over Seminole County, but we're quiet, at least in the rainfall department. A little bit of fog up here in Ocala, otherwise we are fine. Temperatures comfortable, and we're headed into the 80s today. A 60% coverage. More of us will see rain than won't. We've got brand new Futurecast data. We'll go over that together when I see it coming up in just a couple of minutes. Now at 8:33, time for a traffic check.
All right, Eric, thanks so much. And here is a look at I-4 that occurred this morning.
All right.
Again, finally, at this hour, you can see no.
If you haven't figured out yet the beauty of, and I would even say it's not, a lot of, you could really win or lose when you work in television. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that, that I work in an environment with truly great people. These two, the people that I work with are so wonderful. We can tease each other. We can beat the snot out of each other. And it makes these terrible hours go by just a little bit better. It's true. It's true. All right, comments that I have missed. My apologies. I've missed. Too much fun today, but I have an appointment. Oh, Terry, thanks for hanging out. Tina, thank you. All right. You need to do behind the scenes on a regular basis. And so now that I've kind of got this set up, every time that I'll do coffee talk when I'm at work, we're just going to go around and do this whole thing. Yeah. Shake off that niceness. You know, Karen, you know. I'm coming for you now. Yeah, you know, Karen. How do y'all not crack up on the air? Janet, it's called professionalism. Catherine, good morning. How's Futurecast looking for today? So we're getting some new data. Let me pop that up. At about like 32, 33, we usually get some new data. Let's pop it up. All right. So it looks like it's fairly similar to last run. Yeah, looks like we're still kind of running along the lines of, it'd help if I hit the button so that you could see it, right? It looks fairly similar to the last one, where we've got some showers and storms around lunchtime bubbling up and then kind of working into the metro by about 1 o'clock and then working out east to 3 o'clock. And then by dinner time, look at that, like dinner time, if that plays out the way that it does, then I'm quite all right with that scenario. That's a very nice scenario for us. Yeah. Michelle says nothing worse than working with people with no sense of humor. It's true. It's true. And I'm grateful to work with a truly great bunch of people. Yeah. Making work fun makes it less work. It's true. And if you love what you do, which everybody here does, it really adds to the fun. It's truth. Yeah. Becca, let's see here. Don't know if you saw my comment yesterday. My older son got accepted to study in Miami for his condition. I've been fighting for this since he was 2 years old. That's wonderful, Becca. Congratulations. Mickey says, oh, yellow icon on Sunday. Yes. So let's talk about that. All right. So today, showers and storms, but the atmosphere isn't overly charged. All right. That's fine. That's totally good. That's totally fine with me. Now, that said, when we look ahead to tomorrow, things, it's not that things are, you know, it's not that things are going to be perfectly dry, but we're going to be mostly dry. And then Sunday, what ends up happening is there's a cold front that's going to be marching in our direction. Let me show it to you here. Here we are. All right, so basically tomorrow mostly dry, but we're watching this storm system developing out west. And then into Sunday, that's going to be marching in our direction. And there's going to be just enough shear that the Storm Prediction Center has already placed us under a level 1 risk for strong to severe storms. The good news, it doesn't look like it's going to be an all-day rain event. It looks like it's going to be an afternoon kind of rain event, all right? So because of that, we have gone ahead and called Sunday a first warning impact day. Timing is the afternoon, so very similar to yesterday, very similar to even today's showers and thunder showers, but Sunday is a first warning impact day, all right? Let's take a look at how this plays out in terms of futurecast, okay? So first off, let's just time it out. Tomorrow, our Saturday is looking fantastic, right? But Sunday, because it's an impact day, let's take a look. And the European model, I'm using that as an example just because it's at least got the best kind of handle, I think, on the situation, okay? So let me enlarge it, and there you go. Watch how 1, 2, 3 o'clock, we start to darken up the conditions around the metro area. And then 4, 5, 6 o'clock, keeping it pretty wet before clearing things out later in the evening. So that's where that moisture comes in on Sunday. Again, not an all-day washout, but the active afternoon puts us in that necessity. All right? Any questions, comments, concerns? How y'all doing? You know what we haven't done yet? Before we wrap up Coffee Talk today, let's take a walk to the newsroom. I'm just going to tease it. We're not going to do this. I'm not going to talk to them completely off the cuff. But I have to say hello to our crack producing team who's over here. They're logisticizing, managing editor. They're already putting stuff together. So what we'll have to do for another day on Wesh 2 News, or on this isn't Wesh 2 News. The production quality is far too low. For Coffee Talk, we'll have to introduce you to the producers and our assignment editors, even the ones that are on the witness protection program. All right? Does that sound good? I know. I'm like, oh man, I blew his cover. What have we done? All right, sound good? Any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody? Anything? We could use some rain in Ocala. Look, we could use some rain everywhere, not just Ocala. You guys have anything to say, y'all?
No, thanks for joining us for all this.
I'm coming for you, son, next time. Sonica, be nice. Would you? Oh, good gravy. All right, listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. One last look, 7-day forecast, showers and thunder showers around Kenneth Says Witness Protection Program at a TV station. Stranger things have happened. All right, I'll see you guys today through 10 a.m. on CW18. Wesh 2 News at Noon, we'll be talking about the week rain totals, thanks to you guys. And we'll do an afternoon Coffee Talk at 3:30. Sound good? And Brenda, am I looking at the hurricane forecast yet? Oh, yeah. Wesh.com/hurricane forecast. We put that puppy out March 1st. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye.